To be able to introduce our next student. He's one of my students, Michael Henning. We've had a great student-teacher relationship over the years, and I can remember back to, probably one of his first few lessons that he came. I noticed something a little bit different as he began to play, and I thought, Michael, I said to him, why don't you pick the tempo up on that just a little bit more? And he looked at me and he goes, you mean I can? And I go, absolutely, let's pick it up. So we did, and he did a fabulous job. I go, now let's try something a little different. Let's try to add a little bit of rhythm changes here and there. And he said, I can do that too? I go, yes, you can do that too, let's do it. So we added a few rhythm changes, and all of a sudden he took off. And the next week he came back with all of a sudden this new riff that he was making up. And then the next week he had another new one, and he just kept going, and it was almost as if we couldn't stop him. Right, Mom and Dad? I don't know where you are. Can we stop him today?
No.
So he's continued to just have a blast writing some of his own music. And in the last few years, he's been writing music using GarageBand on his Mac computer, and I said, you know what, I think it would be awesome if we had you do a demonstration today, because he's done a few CDs and everything, and of course we wouldn't let him bring them and sell them today, so. But he's done a few CDs and has had just a blast, and we wanted him to demonstrate to you how he has gone about doing this. We thought this would be just a lot of fun. So here's Michael Henning with the GarageBand Project.
All right, is the mic working?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good. Now, those of you that own Mac computers at home, I don't know if you've noticed on the bottom the little guitar icon here, but that's a program called GarageBand. And I've been using it for a couple of years myself to compose and put together my own songs and albums. And I'll show you today how to just layer some parts and start creating some music. So here, each of these different tracks represents a different instrument. And the cool thing about GarageBand is you can use any old keyboard with just a special cable, and you plug it in, and then you can make this keyboard sound like anything. You can make it sound like an upright jazz bass, or a jazz, or like a jazz drum kit, or an electric piano. And all this from just one keyboard. Like, for example, when I do this at home, I use our family's keyboard we got when I started learning to play at Costco for a couple $100. And so, for instance, I'll record a bass line here. All right. Record and then that little green rectangle there is what I just recorded, and now I'll record some drums. And then, now let's add some chords with the piano to the mix. Whoa, whoops, my bad. And then let's add a melody to here. Like to add another track like this, you click this plus button down here, and we just want the software instrument one there. And then in this window, you can choose the instrument kind you want. Like in this case, we'll choose that electric piano again. Get rid of that. And then here I'll record the melody now. And then once you have a bass thing like that down, you can press this button to loop the measures right there. And then instead you can just mess around with that. And then so yeah, in this case, not only can you just make little short loops of stuff like this, you can also make entire songs, like I've been doing. So for example, you have to close that. Here's a song that I wrote that I put together in GarageBand, minus the piano part. I'll go and play that over here, and you guys can follow along on screen as I do that.
See.